Good morning to you, fellow Ambazonians. Good morning to you, our brave people. Good morning to you, our loving people. Good morning to you all. It is very easy to start a war, but it's very difficult to end a war. It is very easy to start a war, but it's very difficult to end a war. There are two types of wars, according to experts. There is preventive wars. Nations go to war. They take preemptive measures to go to war. Most often, most wars are wars of opportunities. Mr. Bia's war on the Ambazonian people is a war of opportunity. After more than 4 decades of political failure, economic failure, social failure, governance failure, failure in social development, failure in providing even basic services to the Cameroonese, Biya needed a way out. He needed an exit. He needed an escape from responsibilities. From the Cameroonese people holding him responsible for 4 decades of failure. The war on the Ambazonian people, it's an escape strategy from 4 decades of failure. The war on the Ambazonian people, it's an opportunity, according to the Biya gospel, to crush the resistance. Hello? Yeah, I'm live right now on my YouTube channel. I don't know if you're aware of that. So Mr. Biya's war, it's a war of opportunity for Cameroun to permanently end the protest. Use the same strategy they used on Cameroonese nationalists of the UPC to crush the protest, conquer the Ambazonian people, just like they've captured the state of Cameroun. Yesterday, there is a devastating revelation from a top middleman of Mr. Biya and the Prime Minister, calling them out that they have lost the war. They should accept reality, that it's not too late for Mr. Biya and the colonial Prime Minister, Mr. Diongute, for Mr. Tanganji Paul, for those that are living in denial, for the top military generals and commanders of the Cameroonese military to accept the reality, and they should stop lying to the people of Cameroon, to themselves, and to the international community. They have lost the war. It is time for them to accept their mistake and to humbly accept negotiations. Mr. Ellis Smith. Ellis Smith is a renowned journalist. That's a reporter for Bloomberg. He's a middleman working directly with Mr. Biya and the Prime Minister and the military to corrupt, to bribe, to buy Ambazonian fighters, to help them to accept the DDR program. Ellis Smith also is someone who hangs around Samuel Sako and all the others that are now working for the political transition in Cameroon. Ellis Smith is someone that I have personally interviewed. I had an interview with Ellis Smith, I think in 2018, when I run my program, the Southern Cameroon Leadership Strategy. Ellis Smith also works directly with other middlemen. He's in constant movement and association with the Bishop Andrew Kier and the moderator of the Presbyterian Church. So these are some of the key middlemen moving around both the diaspora and around the Ambazonian territory, carrying huge sums of money to play the regime's dirty game in using bribery and corruption as a solution to the conflict. Yesterday, Mr. Smith is very frustrated with the actions of the regime. Mr. Smith is very frustrated with the slow pace to resolve the conflict. And he sent out a long tweet which every Ambazonian should read. It's an eye-opener of what's going on within the system, the cracks within the system, the frustration within the system, the deniability within the system. Here is what Mr. Smith said. Dialogue is the only solution to the crisis in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroun. That's Ambazonia. Those who say peace has returned to the northwest and southwest regions, God is watching. We have been at war for years now, yet some claim the war in the northwest and southwest regions is over, and even go to the extra mile to say peace is back. For those secreting such odious lies, I have no hard feelings against them. Now, this is the only benchmark to measure if peace is truly back. I mean, to those who adorate that mindset, the only measurement to ascertain that peace is truly back is for those who are in denial to take their vehicles, to take their cars and drive alone from Yaoundé to Mamfe and Bamenda and back to Yaoundé. Let me read this again. Very interesting. The only measurement to ascertain that peace is truly back is for those who are in denial to take their vehicles and drive alone from Yaoundé to Mamfe and Bamenda and back to Yaoundé. If they do that and return to Yaoundé alive, it means peace is truly back. Please, when traveling to Mamfe and Bamenda, don't take your security forces and don't use any tanks or APC, armored personnel carriers. Don't carry troops as your medium of transportation. Travel there alone, as if it was the case in 20 before 2017. This is Ellie Smith calling Diongote, calling Mr. Paul Biya, calling Atanganji Paul, calling all the top CPDM officials, those who are claiming they have won the war and peace has returned. He challenges them to take a test, a benchmark measurement. If peace has truly returned, if the war is over, if Mr. Biya has achieved victory and has crushed Ambazonian liberators, they should take their personal vehicles and drive by themselves without the armor cars from Yaoundé to Mamfe, from Mamfe to Bamenda, from Bamenda back to Yaoundé. That is the only test. Fellow Ambazonians, the cracks, they don't open inside the regime. Be very easy for any coward who they call it a head of state, a nation, for start a war. May be very difficult for any war. Now, 2 wars, according to the research we don't make them, 2 types of wars we country they declare. A country, they go for war for 2 specific reasons. They use war, what they call and say preventive war. That means say that they use war for prevent some bigger thing, make it not happen. And the second type of war, now what they call and say war of opportunity. Mr. Biya a war of Ambazonia, now a war of opportunity. After 4 decades of disastrous failure, humiliating failure, 4 decades of poverty, corruption, 4 decades of, say after 4 decades, Cameroun not produce aspirin or paracetamol or give the Cameroonese people the water. Mr. Biya, no one make the Cameroonese people the wholly accountable for 4 decades of failure, for why the country don't remain backwards after 4 decades in power. Mr. Biya need an escape. The war for Ambazonia, the war of political opportunity, now an escape from a political failure. A war for Ambazonia, now a war of political opportunity for permanently end which they call and say any form of protest for the occupied territory by killing mass number of people, for burn down villages, for rape, so that because which the things that they be doing for the Bamileke people them, where they kill all the nationalists and they crush the UPC them, the things that if they duplicate, when I remember Mr. Biya be one of the people them way, they be the architect for the Bamileke, for the massacre of the Cameroonese nationalists. So if one use that same strategy for Cameroon for permanently end anything, what they call and say Anglophone uprising. As when I don't see from 1960, so to you can reach your present day, the people of Cameroon, Since they keep 400,000 Baminicate them, cut people, they head them, put them for streets. Since that time, the Cameroonese people them, they become like sheep. I'm not talking Cameroonese people, they be sheep. But in their thinking, because the dictator, they are thinking, now for make the people them, make them be so submissive, so timid, so fearful, because of what they be doing for Baminicate people. They want to do for the Ambazonian people them as an opportunity for permanently turn the people into submissive beings. Human beings, where they only exist, but they don't get any courage, they don't get any confidence, they don't get any self-worth, they don't even know the meaning and the purpose of life anymore. So it will be now a war of political opportunity. Opportunity for escape a failure, an opportunity for take over Ambazonia, turn them just like Cameroonese, so that permanently they will conquer the people them once and for all. And for the rest of the Ambazonian people then, they don't be conquered by Cameroon, and there will be never again any Ambazonian will ever dare to rise up against the occupier. Now, it don't backfire. Mr. Biya underestimate the generation. Diongute underestimate what this generation be made up of. They really underestimate who will be. They think it will be the generation of the Fonchas, the Munas, and the Frundis. They think it will be the generation of the Kongtan Elas. They think it will be the generation of the Munzos. They think it will be the generation of the Anyangways. They think it will be the generation of the SCNC. They underestimate this generation. So their strategy for use extreme violence, for use genocide, for use massacres, for use scorched earth policy, it don't backfire. It don't fail. They discover now, say, the Ambazonian people, they be untouchable. They be unconquerable. They be undefeatable. They now understand. Say they don't get weighty it take for conquer the people then. That's why they quickly shift and they bring in the Ellie Smith. They bring in the bishop. They bring in the moderator. They rally all these people then. In the past, bribery and corruption don't work. You find the key actors and figures and you use tribal networks. You isolate them, you corrupt them, you bribe them, you compromise them, and then you weaken their legitimacy. You weaken their character. Basically, castrate them. Okay? You politically castrate them. Just like they don't do them for all the others who they rise up before. Just like they do them for Frundi, they politically castrate Frundi. If you don't see them, no person since then, except this handful, they don't stand up for speak the truth, for defend the rights of our people. So their bribery and corruption, it don't fail them. They realize and say, no matter how much they bribe, no matter how much they try for corrupt, even forces, will get a lot of audios with Ellie Smith, they call fighters for corrupt them, for bribe them, for move them from the battlefield. including these church people them. Now them self, it don't touch them. Now them now they speak out. Now Ellie Smith did now the challenge Pobia. Now Ellie Smith of all persons. Now they tell them say they did live in denial and say that they do not propaganda. Now Ellie Smith now the right say Bia they live in denial, Diongute they live in denial, Atanganji they live in denial, the military they live in denial, the Manu CPDM elites, the Meme CPDM elites, the Fako CPDM elites, the Coupe CPDM elites, the Indian CPDM elites, the Mezam CPDM elites, the Momo CPDM elites, the Ngoketunjia CPDM elites, the Bui CPDM elites, the Boyo CPDM elites, all these elites, they did lie just for keep making money out of the war, just for maintain their positions. So they go tell lies, they send out fake reports, will be contrary to the reality, just for continuously milking the system, because the war now a war of opportunity. Now an opportunity for them for make as much money as possible. Now an opportunity for them for re-establish their political roots. Because the events of today, they uproot yesterday's establishment. The events of today, they challenge yesterday's establishment. Now a complete shift in their public posture. Wait till this one they tell all now. If the right hand man for Diongote, if he come off outside, can lament, if the right hand man for Pobia, if he come off outside, can cry and shame the devil itself. Then what you think about all the other small nyam focus for outside here? Because this one are their right hand man on the territory for the colonial capital, for the colonial state, where they get breakfast with the Prime Minister and Mr. Bia. Now in this, they can't lament, they can't cry. They write now all these things and challenge Mr. Bia self. If when they claim say that war don't finish, the only way we will have proof say that war don't finish, una drive, una carry una moto, una drive from Yaoundé, and when una carry this motor for drive, make una not carry army or gendarme or police for protect una. Make una not carry ammo car. Maybe for front and so one be for back. You Pobia, you Diongute, you Atanganji, you Lele Lafrique, you all the ministers them, Ngole, all Wuna. You Mengot, you Tabetando, you Mundi, una carry moto, una shidon inside moto. Una buy petrol, una put them inside. Una drive that motor from Yaoundé. Una go reach, una drive and reach for Manfé. Una go through Manfé, Kumba. Una drive sote, una go reach Kumba. And then una drive from Kumba, una go reach Manfé. When una reach for Manfé, una drive that motor go reach for Ekok. Then una come out for Ekok, una come for Manfé, drive from Manfé to Bamenda. From Bamenda, una drive back to Yaoundé. If una reach Yaoundé alive, then una go make a conclusion and proclaim say the world don't finish. Ellie Smith, he tell Mr. Bia, tell Jongute, tell Atanganji, tell Mengot and the Tabetandos. Say me they take this test. Now a top middleman of the regime, the one that they carry them for a helicopter, enter from Ambazonia, send them inside communities, send them to meet up the Sakos, the Christianos, the Magbaretas, the Sikor. Now Ellie Smith, they can lament and shame the devil itself, Mr. Bia. Now Ellie Smith, they can challenge Mr. Bia, challenge the Ongute, and challenge all these Nyamfukas and Fasa that make noise. They don't give them a challenge. He said that they test that, now the only measurement that with any person, if he talks it, the war don't finish. And since they don't take that test, he advised and said, man, no finish. Very interesting. I don't always talk. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. Now this, just read them again once more. Dialogue. Now the only solution for the crisis for the Northwest and Southwest. The people who talk say peace, it don't come back for Northwest and Southwest region. Got the watchman. We don't get this war to go on for years now. Some people they continue for talk say the war for Southwest, for Northwest and Southwest, it don't finish. And they even continue for talk say peace, it don't come back. For the people, the way that they make this kind big fat lie. I don't get bad for them all. I don't get anything against them. Now, the only thing where they fit do am for tell all man say this war don't finish and peace don't come back. I mean say for those one the way they lie. Now the only thing is what they fit do am. The only thing where we feel measure and believe say peace it don't truly come back. Now for these people that they deny, where they let me say they deny, say war not there again and peace don't come. Maybe they take their own motor, they drive themselves from Yaoundé to Manfé and to Bamenda, and then they come back for Yaoundé alive. Ellie Smith. I'm not being honest, I say you funny. Yes. Una drive. The only way now for drive from Yaoundé to Manfé to Bamenda, and then una come back. If una do am, and then una come back for Yaoundé alive, then it really means say peace, it don't come back. And then he talks say, when una want go for una want travel, una want drive down a motor by ourselves, for go Manfi and for go for Bamenda. Make una not take any security, gendarme, army, police, any military, make carry una go. Muna not carry any ammo car. Muna not carry no military for transport una. Una do una self. Una travel by una self. As it be day before the war start. Mr. Elizabeth, it continue. Very interesting. Make Mr. Biya, Diongute and the regime, may they not feel shame for accepting that they make mistake by giving the wrong report, by taking a wrong action. Make them not feel ashamed for accept now say it been a mistake. Because the reality on the ground for the Ambazonia territory will be completely different from waiting Mr. Biya, Diongote, and all the colonial CPDM elites. They tell the people of Cameroun and they tell the world. He said that they lie to themselves. He talks about this one. Now advice. We the for those foolish people then. We the one keep their post. He said this one advice. We the for those lie people then. We the one continue for make money. It's a big palaver. They for northwest and southwest regions with the economy of Ambazonia. He talks, they say, make they take this advice. The big American general will lead the war for Iraq and also for Afghanistan. He talks, General David Petraeus, he talks, you cannot kill your way out of an insurgency. An advisor will give them. He continue for talk say, if the United States, the most strongest, powerful country, militarily and with big money for the history of mankind, if he believes, say, if he dialogue with the Taliban and pull out of Afghanistan, accept after 20 years with the United States, it lost $4 trillion for their useless adventure for Afghanistan. If they first go dialogue with the Taliban and then they pull out of Afghanistan, Ellie Smith talks, say, what about the primitive people of Cameroun, where they get nothing? Ambazonians, I want Tankuna. I want truly salute all our people there for standing firm, for standing for the truth, for standing for dignity for the Ambazonian people, for standing for the right of self-determination of the Ambazonian people, for standing for the protection of our people there. Will not be given, will not be give up, with all the temptations from the middlemen. Today, the middlemen themselves, they don't accept the mistakes of their masters. They don't start for confess. That the middlemen, then now that they openly advise their paymasters, say una be make mistake. Make una not be ashamed for accept say una be make mistake. It never be too late for accept una mistake. Una not be ever win those people then. Una not fit. Una not fit ever win that war. And the more una try for fight them, and the more Cameroun itself, it will be destroyed. It say we now accept the reality. Okay. We don't come this far. Now because every Ambazonia don't come to the conclusion. The only way for our people then for secure a better future, live a better life, get human respect, live in dignity, live in comfort, get the basic things for life. Clean drinking water, constant, consistent flow of electricity, better roads, better school for our children, safe environments, simple opportunities for our people to have a say in their system of education, their legal system, their way of life, and our ability to govern ourselves and manage the affairs for the Ambazonian people. Your resistance, your resilience, your determination, your commitment, now you don't make even the top middlemen, they don't speak out against the occupier, against their masters. And them don't shame them and they tell them to accept the defeat. Accept the defeat. Accept the defeat. May God bless our people then. Una continue for pay una liberation tax. Cameroon time don't come to an end. Make every person start for prepare for the takeover. The time they come. The collapse of the regime. The clock, the tick. Time. The collapse, the come. It will happen fast. Not leave them. Make it take you unaware. When America they woke up one day, they get to pull out of Iraq, of Afghanistan. It take the world by surprise. The time will come. The clock, the tick. the regime go collapse like that. We must prepare. I don't sing am for now. I will continue for sing am. You don't beat Cameroun. You don't defeat Cameroun. No, defeat them, beat them, and lost the territory because you're not prepared. The time for takeover don't reach. Last night, or early this morning, no, last night, yes, early yesterday morning, I sent out an audio for tell all commanders, every commander must do everything humanly possible. Forget 50 AKs for your barrack. 50. You don't get 50 AK, you never start. Every commander must start for prepare for the takeover. Prepare for the takeover. Every barrack, every commander for stay alive, every general for stay alive, you need 50 AK. Just for you and your forces and your community for stay alive. You need 50 AK. 5 machine guns and 3 RPGs. Do whatever it takes. Forget the money. For arm yourselves. Not kill Ambazonians. Forget the money. Do whatever it takes as long as you don't kill our people then. In the process, forget the money. Do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Forget 50 AKs, 5 machine guns, and 3 RPGs. The only way for stop all these weaver birds, these compromise agents, now for change the noise on the territory. As I talked 2 days ago, we need 500 well-armed and trained professional forces within the next few months on the ground. 500. Ambazonia must start for prepare for the takeover. The Ambazonian people must start for prepare for the takeover. All the generals and commanders where they did for the big cities, all the big companies they will not collect liberation tax and put these 50 AKs on a barrack. If you do operate around Fako, if you operate around Meme, all the big companies they will not collect the liberation tax. Will not arm ourselves to the teeth and prepare for the takeover. The Ambazonia Governing Council did do its best to move the process for all forward. We must start for prepare for the takeover. They don't start for confess. They don't start for beg. They don't start for admit the defeat. Take over your territory. Don't leave them ever again. After all these sacrifices, not leave and make the 10 things around and can bring nyama nyama inside the whole process. And then bring some kind things in. We go make them Ambazonians. They go only get at 20% of which they want. We don't sacrifice. We don't pay the price. We don't die. We don't sweat. We don't go through all sort of pain. Take the victory. Take the victory. Multinational companies and all big Ambazonian companies, the plenty inside the territory for pay the liberation tax will reach up to 1 billion. Only for Bamenda alone. The population of Bamenda and the companies that they inside Bamenda alone, if they pay their liberation tax, only for Bamenda alone, Ambazonia will raise more than 2 billion. 1 billion, 100 million, it will provide 100 acres. 200 million will provide 200 acres. 300 million will provide 300. 400 million will provide 400. 500 million will provide 500. So a billion, it will take me to 1,000. Now what we need on that? 500 will get a half. 1,000 well-trained forces. The game is over. 500, La Republic will surrender, but will not go fit, take over the territory and provide the kind of security will be needed. 1,000 forces, well-trained, now will fit take over the territory and defend the major cities with 1,000 Ambazonian, well-trained Ambazonian soldiers. With the one the way they did now for the periphery, they go keep security for the villages. Now they work this ahead. I remind you now. Law number 1. A driver with the drive for inside Ambazonia. If you never pay your liberation tax, not drive. That law number 1 that. If you never pay your liberation tax, whether you drive a taxi, you drive your own personal motor, you drive na some person in motor, or you drive for some person. Whether you drive na public transport, you drive an agency. If that agency never pay a liberation tax, you that driver will drive that motor, not drive that motor. When the forces they catch you, you go pay that liberation tax 2 times more, 3 times more. And law number 1 that. Not drive who you never pay a liberation tax. Law number 2. This one also apply for Okada. If you not pay liberation tax, not put your Okada for Ambazonia Road. Law number 2. If you be Okada driver, if you never pay, not drive. Law number 2. Not carry any person who never pay liberation tax. Because when they stop, now you the driver, they will hold you responsible while you carry person who never pay liberation tax. Number 1, make sure say the motor with the driver, he don't pay liberation tax for that motor. The driver don't pay. The passenger with the carrier must pay. So if you be driver, you carry passenger who never pay. When they reach for control, you must pay before you come off that place. We need to beg no person anymore. We don't educate una, explain them, inform una, sensitize them. No man, we not get time again for beg you for be free. Freedom now by force. Because when the Republic can kill, they need beg you. They need spare any person. The freedom now by force. Because now war of liberation. You pay or you face the consequences. Pay or when you reach for road, they move you, they keep you for road. So which one you want to choose? 10,000 for man picking for the whole year, for the entire territory, and 5,000 for woman. And number 4 month this. Please pay your liberation tax for your own safety, for your own convenience. Make them not harass you somewhere. Make them not hold you somewhere. You don't need them. No man no need them. And not call me. Not call any person. Pay your liberation tax. The freedom now by force. We must be free. We not get any time for debates. We not get any time for arguments. We must free our people and end the pain, the suffering, and the destruction with La Republique in the cause of our land. The end don't come for them. Before they want go, they go make sure they kill more and destroy more as punishment. So we defeat them. That's why we must prepare. Make all commanders, they enforce the liberation tax. I want to go after all companies. Every business from Ambazonia must pay a liberation tax. The next 3 months, we will be very aggressive for implementing the liberation tax. So if you get a business, just call me one time, pay a liberation tax before they can surprise you. If you get a business, just call, pay a liberation tax. Now talk saying that the kind of business this will get them. How much is my liberation tax? You pay them in advance. If you build house, not start foundation, where you never pay the liberation building permit. Not start for build house. If you don't start for build house, you never pay the liberation building permit. They will stop you. We must do whatever it takes for put 500 to 1,000 well-armed soldiers from Ambazonia for the takeover. The mistake with Foncha and all the rest they make up for we for be for this position who will face a genocide. It must stop with us. We will not come this far and then we'll leave them. They can't give half solution. It will happen because we fail to provide the necessary forces for take over the territory and give the people them the sovereignty. You don't defeat La Republique. You don't beat La Republique. You don't shame the devil. Now not the time for take over. I hope say Witty Ellis Smith, you don't talk. A big sign of encouragement for all your sacrifices. So take credit, be proud, and celebrate your success. Which they talk. Ambazonia, shake day, shake ide, shake day. See ya. Shake day. You tell me, shake day. Shake day na for La Republique. Shake day na for Mvomeka. Ambazonia. And this. Shake. No day. Ambazonia. Shake in all day. The only place where shake day of La Republique. Now good night.
Ambazonia Defense Forces, the vanguards of the Ambazonia War of Independence. Welcome to ACN.
Go, 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 go. Oh, shut up, shut up. No, on les influence par là. Fais vite. Un prince, c'est tu fais la vidéo là.
Il faut tremper les seins. Même les seins.
Voilà.
Moi, Bobby, for water.
Allez.
Bobby, inside water.
Inside water.
Put your body. Put the gun.
Après, on ne sort pas. Tu ne vas pas mourir.
You.
Tu vois les filles.
You. Put your body inside water.
Les filles femmes, on a mettre là, on fait ça.
Avance. Ça, vous allez aller laver vos culs à côte. Là, pour ne plus sortir. Avancez.
Après, demain, quand on va vous draguer, n'acceptez pas.
Oh, ne venez même pas, on ne veut même pas. Oh.
Hala.
Tu vas pas mourir.
Allez, avance, c'est toi, maman. Arriver chez ton gars, viens. C'est la pierre.
Avancez.
Allez. Tu vas laisser ta avance. Tu vas arrêter la bombe.
Avance. No cry, oh, no cry.
Tu vas partir dans le bar.
Vous prenez ça partout.
Ouais, mamie.
Ton téléphone a encore l'énergie. C'est ça.
Stand up.
Non pas.
Stand up.
Avance. Oh, tu pleures.
You get to LA.
You want cry, eh? Ambazonia, we want the right country.
Ambazonia, non. Ambazonia,
Want the right country.
Elle va arriver jusqu'au bout, ma chérie. C'est le bébé de la femme là qui me faisait pitié. La femme qui est venue avec le magic chef là ici, non.
Ils sont
Le
entrés.
magic chef est entré avec lui là-bas dedans pour lui donner à manger.
Oh, hook up. Ils n'ont pas encore mangé.
Ils n'ont pas mangé depuis hier.
Pourquoi?
Ils donnent même le sein à l'enfant refuse.
Allez, allons.
Passons.
Oh, arrête de
Passons.
Arrête de pleurer. Si les pleurs avaient de la valeur, on ne devait pas nous mater en formation. Avec toutes les larmes qu'on a coulées au TI, on nous matait même plus quand on constatait que tu étais en train de pleurer. Et nos mamies qui étaient ici, on pouvait seulement lui donner 2 de nos mamies.
Qui me met kiki, c'est là pour vous cadencer. Qui me met ma kiki ici.
Allez.
Les Anwamba en cascade.
Tu l'as Ambazonia, non?
C'est difficile. On prend ce qui est facile.
Oh, ne pleure plus là-bas. No cry. Ne pleure plus haut. Tu tombes ici là, il va te taper.
My woman, welcome. You are welcome. I said, if you cry again, hey, if you cry again, moi je vous dis en français, si vous pleurez encore, la vitesse qui va passer, en tout cas je déclare le centre d'instruction ouvert. Je déclare la manœuvre ouverte. I don't beat you. J'ai déclaré la manœuvre ouverte à 100% à l'heure.
On ne publie rien, man. Ça, c'est personnel. Ouais.
Mon père, quand vous les voyez, on les a envoyés. On les envoie venir tester le terrain. C'est des espions. Peut-être comme j'ai mes enfants qui sont jeunes, croyant que les enfants vont céder. On ne cédera pas.
Un autre pigeon en vue, un autre pigeon en vue, Daïga.
The electronics that have come from China is disappointing us this morning. So the teacher is going to use her teacher's voice to make sure that she brings the children out with what they prepared for today. And we're so confident that our children are going to do it. They should not be afraid. They should not feel that the microphone has disappointed them. But what we need is the information they have inside them.
A brief Ambazonia history.
A brief Ambazonia history from 1995 to 2024. Dr. Job Bulus began this fight on the 14th of May, 1995 to 2024, when the Southern Cameroun unit was created. By then, he was the Secretary General of the Southern Cameroon unit. Socrates, meaning Southern Cameroon Defense Force, was launched on the 13th November 1996, where today we are 13th General of the 13th state of the Southern Cameroon, where today we are honored to be with camp number 1. Today Dr. Chuck is our leader.
There is Baka number 1.
The Southern Cameroon unit was created. ADF, we pray that you should lead us our freedom, where we are going to benefit from good education.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you for the history of Ambazonia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very much. That's great. The electronics that have come from China is disappointing us this morning. So the teacher is going to use her teacher's voice to make sure that she brings the children out with what they prepared for today. And we're so confident that our children are going to do it. They should not be afraid. They should not feel that the microphone has disappointed them. But what we need is the information they have inside them.
A brief Ambazonia history.
A brief Ambazonia history from 1995 to 2024. Dr. Job Bulus began this fight on the 14th of May, 1995 to 2024, when the Southern Cameroon unit was created. By then, he was the Secretary General of the Southern Cameroon unit. Socrates, meaning Southern Cameroon Defense Force, was launched on the 13th November 1996, where today we are 13th General of the 13th state of the Southern Cameroon, where today we are honored to be with camp number 1. Today Dr. Chuck is our leader.
There is Baka number 1.
The Southern Cameroon unit was created. ADF, we pray that you should lead us our freedom, where we are going to benefit from good education.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you for the history of Ambazonia.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hail this land of glory, with the Ambazonians, pledge your loyalty. Praise the Son of Savior, who granted us of freedom.
Good evening, fellow Ambazonians. Good evening to our beautiful people. I feel extremely very honored for what this generation has proven. We feel extremely proud for what our people on ground zero have demonstrated to Cameroon and to the international community as to who is in charge. I want to thank the Ambazonian people, our children. I want to thank all the generals, the commanders, and all the forces across the 13 states for a brilliant, extraordinary, colorful, beautiful showcase of our independence. May God bless you all. Thank you for making Ambazonia a proud nation. Cameroon, from the beginning of this struggle in 2016, Cameroon has one primary intention: to make sure the Ambazonian people have no leader to trust, have no leader to follow, have no leader to believe on. Cameroon has one mission. The primary mission of Cameroon, the primary motive of the genocidal dictator of Cameroon, the primary motive of Diongute, the primary motive of the bees, the primary motive of the Cameroon military, the primary motive of the collective system of the CPDM fascist occupation party is to make sure Ambazonia and the Ambazonian people don't have a leader they can trust, a leader they can follow. That is Cameroon primary's motive. Why? A people without a leader will perish, according to the big book. A people that don't have a leader with a compelling vision for their future, with a compelling purpose for their lives, with a plan for freedom, with a plan for dignity, with a plan for accountable government, for systems of progress, for economic prosperity, for human rights, for development, educational development, the development of the court systems, the development of our economy, the development of international trades, and building international partners. Those people will have no space in a competitive world. Cameroon wants you, the Ambazonian people, wants your children to remain poor, to live in the dark ages, to not believe in themselves, to not have the capacity to dream, to not have the capacity of hope, and to be beggars even when they live in a land of abundance. Cameroon wants you to be homeless. Cameroon wants you to be a refugee. Cameroon wants you to be displaced. Cameroon wants you to become a Cameroonese. Cameroon wants to kill you. Cameroon wants to rape your mothers, turn your fathers into little boys. Cameroon wants you to be a human being without life, a human being without a sense of identity, without a sense of purpose, because that's what Cameroon is. From 2016, when this generation rose up, the Ambazonian people rallied around the call of the consortium. The Ambazonian people rallied around Tassan, Wilfred, and Agbobala. What happens to Tassan? What happened to Bala? What happened to the people Cameroon said he wanted a dialogue with, to negotiate with? What happened to the leadership of the council? What happened to Justice Ayapo? They all ended up in jail, didn't they? When Sise Kwayo Tabe rose up and gained popularity and trust, through the governing council and through the creation of the IG, the Ambazonian people rallied around Ayok Tabe and answered the call of September 22nd, 2017. Millions of our people took to the streets with peace plans. What happened to them? Cameroon killed 481 Ambazonians in one evening. Cameroon murdered 481 Ambazonians in one evening. When Ayok Tabe redeclared the restoration of Ambazonian independence in 1st of October 2017, our people answered that call, rallied around that leadership. What happened to Ayok Tabe 2 months later? Ayok Tabe, the president of the IG then, and 10 of his cabinet members, professors, lawyers, doctors, Ambazonian professionals, Ambazonian leaders of the IG were all kidnapped in Nigeria. Cameroon sent a military plane to Nigeria and transported them from Nigeria back to Cameroon. They kept them in bunkers for months, tortured them. They are still in Cameroon's concentration camp after 5 years, after 6 years, after 7 years. What did Cameroon do immediately after that? Cameroon introduced someone to fill in the space they have created. Samuel Sako. Cameroon introduced its own leader into the Ambazonia liberation struggle. And created infighting, division, the killings of soldiers, the disruption on the ground. They went after the prisoners. They went after the refugees. They went after those that are displaced. They went after those whose houses have been burnt. We managed to hold things together. We rebuilt the ground. We reunited the forces. We reunited the diaspora. We remobilized our population, and we channeled their energy against Cameroun. Tremendous sacrifices, a lot of work, because we understand the psychology of the enemy, the tactics of the enemy, because we have studied their DNA. We know how they operate. We know their thinking system. We understand their genetic makeup, and therefore their unconscious behaviors. They are both conscious and unconscious behaviors and actions. We re-strategized. We work extremely hard to rebuild the forces on the ground, to rearm the forces on the ground, to re-equip the forces on the ground. We created a military and realigned both the forces and the population. Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, the Ambazonia Governing Council, over the last few years, became the voice of the Ambazonian people, the focal point of Ambazonian nationalism. The focal point of Ambazonian nationalism. We provided the best education on an ongoing basis. We inspired, educated, elevated, empowered our people. We built resilience and a spirit of determination. We launched projects and programs that alter the liberation struggle and our leadership. We empowered the generals and the commanders to take charge because we understand the game of the enemy. We built 10 layers of leadership, both on the ground and out here. We created a 10-year liberation plan. We know what is at stake. We know what Cameroun is after. We know what their motives are, what their intentions are. The Cameroon colonial government is not interested in negotiation. It's interested to make sure the Ambazonian liberation struggle is leadershipless. Has no leadership. Has no one that can confront Cameroon. Has no one that can challenge Cameroon. Has no one without credibility, trust, and integrity. Because its goal is to make you to become an unbeliever. Someone who has no sense of direction. You don't know who to trust. You don't know who to believe in. You don't know who to count on. So that you become a purposeless human being. So that you live and spend your day in political arguments without a sense of direction, without progress, so that Cameroon can continue the genocide, the massacres, the killings, the extrajudicial killings, the mass arrests, mass incarceration, creating more refugees, burning more homes, more communities, more villages, to render our people humanless. to strip away life from them. When they took Ayo Tabe and inserted Samuel Sako, what happened to the liberation struggle? Divisive, chaotic, antagonistic. They introduced corruption. They introduced embezzlement, falsehood, character assassination, blackmail. They turned the Ambazonian people to be fighting each other, to be quarreling with each other. Over the last few years, we have altered the atmosphere and created a leadership that is world class. A leadership with integrity. A leadership based on sound principles and conviction. A sense of common and shared destiny. That is a collective struggle. We're not out to fight ourselves, to divide our people. The AGOVC is out to unite the Ambazonian people, to unite our refugees, to unite our prisoners, to care for our people, to create space and a sense of community, to build trust within the international system, to win the trust and the respect of the international system. We create a transparent leadership, an accountable leadership. Resources that are mobilized are directed for humanitarian purposes, for the building of community schools, community clinics, community empowerment programs, educational training programs for our young girls and our young boys, for strengthening our forces. My fellow Ambazonians, Cameroun took away Agbobala, Justice Ayapo, didn't they? Didn't they? Cameroun took away Siseko Ayotabe Julius, Tassan Wilfred, Pam Fongalanfo. They are still in jail. Mancho BBC is still in jail. Penn Terrence is still in jail. C. Conrad is still in jail. Thousands of Ambazonians are still in Cameroon concentration camps. They went after your generals. They targeted all top generals on the ground to make the ground not to have a leadership the people can count on and can trust. They went after Ivo. They went after No Pity. They went after Efan. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. We have created a liberation struggle that Cameroon cannot disrupt. We build an institution that will deliver independence to the Ambazonian people. The forces on the ground will liberate Ambazonia. The Ambazonian Governing Council will continue to provide the required leadership for the liberation of Ambazonia. Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, the purest Ambazonian nationalist, the son walking on the footsteps of Goji Dinka, promised the Ambazonian people independence. Independence means independence. 3 weeks ago, or let me say 4 weeks ago, we declared a lockdown to demonstrate who is in charge of the territory, to demonstrate who has control and authority of the territory. Cameroun deployed more than 5,000 extra occupation forces. What happened to the 5,000 extra occupation forces? They were nowhere to be found. Lele Lafrique was nowhere to be found. Okala Bilai was nowhere to be found. The SDOs were nowhere to be found. The DOs were nowhere to be found. The mayors were nowhere to be found. The colonial parliamentarians were nowhere to be found. The colonial senators were nowhere to be found. The colonial government delegates were nowhere to be found. For 2 weeks, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba rallied the Ambazonian people and the Ambazonian forces, and they executed the most successful lockdown that proved to Cameroon that their time in Ambazonia has come to an end. And that proved to the international community that Ambazonia is now in charge, fully in charge. Cameroon got mad. Biya got mad. Diongouti got upset. They couldn't deal with the humiliation. They couldn't deal with the defeat. They couldn't deal with the embarrassment, because they've paraded themselves around the world, lying to themselves, lying to the people of Cameroon, that Cameroon is still in charge in Ambazonia. Across the 13 states of Ambazonia, the lockdown called by the Ambazonian Governing Council, called by Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, the Commander-in-Chief of Ambazonian forces, in consultation with the forces across the territory, they implemented a successful lockdown. We were even surprised to see forces in India show up. We thought they had been all killed. They show up and force the lockdown in the state where the colonial prime minister came from. Where was Diongouti? To stop the lockdown in India, he was nowhere to be found, because the Ambazonian people are fed up with Cameroon, because the Ambazonian people are tired of Cameroon, because the Ambazonian people want Cameroon to be gone, to leave. Ambazonians want Cameroon to disappear out of their territory. They supported the lockdown. Cameroon felt threatened by this central leadership that has been accepted by all the forces on the ground and by the Ambazonian people. It proved to Cameroon that its disruptive strategies using bribery to bribe pseudo leaders, using money to bribe and corrupt pseudo leaders, bribe and corrupt activists, has failed. And the Ambazonia Governing Council is the voice of the Ambazonian people. It's the voice of the forces. It's the voice that represents the aspirations, the hopes, the dreams, the dignity, the humanity, and the future of Ambazonia. Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba has been the primary threat to Cameroon's occupation of Ambazonia. That's why the 7 attempts to assassinate him have not worked. That's why they failed. After the successful lockdown, when Cameroon realized through the Ambazonia Governing Council, the Ambazonian people now have hope for a homeland, have hope for freedom, and that Cameroon will have no choice. Negotiate their exit based on our terms, or we'll send them packing on the ground. Cameroon came to the conclusion the only thing to do, if we cannot kill all his generals on the ground, we cannot corrupt his incorruptible forces, we cannot infiltrate and destroy from within, then we should engineer some schemes. Cameroon created fake NGOs to use the tactics of bully and intimidation to frighten Ambazonians. That the person they believe in, the person they rely upon, should not be counted on. Cameroon's aim, primary target, is to go after the leader. Why? Because he's the only one left to deliver a free homeland. That's why they engineer schemes using criminals, people without credibility, fake and fraudulent lawyers who are after corrupt money, to launch frivolous, flimsy complaints, which the international systems and the nations in which we all out here are living in are forced to respond to these complaints. Frivolous, flimsy lawsuits to frighten and threaten the Amazonian people. That's why they came after Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. The entire state of Cameroon is after one person, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. The entire state of Cameroon is after one organization, the Ambazonia Governing Council, the Ambazonia Defense Forces. They are all tactics to make sure that Ambazonians don't have a leadership they can count on. To decapitate. That's the motive. To frustrate you. Because they don't want dialogue. Because they don't want negotiation. Because they know the truth. They understand, just like what we did to them during the Canada talks, Canada pre-talks. Cameroon has no case to make about their presence in Ambazonia. They couldn't do it during Canada pre-talks. They couldn't. Cameroon couldn't explain to the Canadians in front of the United Nations in front of representatives from Norway, from Ireland, from Switzerland, from the United States, from the United Nations. Cameroon couldn't justify why they claim that Ambazonia is their territory. Cameroun couldn't. That's why they are using violence. That's why they are using scorched earth policy. They know their presence in Ambazonia is illegal. And this generation will push them out. Those who have burned more than 2,000 villages and killed more than 20,000 Ambazonians, sent 750,000 Ambazonians to become displaced people, sent 450,000 Ambazonians to become refugees. Those who have raped, maimed, sent thousands to jail, are now claiming to be innocent. And those who are opposing their presence in Ambazonia, those who are challenging their presence in Ambazonia, those who want them gone, have now become the perpetrators, have now become those who are committing crimes against humanity. This is the beginning of the end of this manipulation and corruption. We are the Ambazonia Governing Council. We are ready for Cameroun. We are ready for Cameroun in any court. We are ready for Cameroun. We are ready for Cameroun. The Ambazonia Governing Council is ready for Cameroun. All the officials of the Ambazonia Governing Council are ready for Cameroun. Tapang has proved to them you cannot defeat a just cause. Cameroun doesn't have a case. The person who will end up in jail is Mr. Bia, Diongute, Atanganji, Regina Mundi, Lele Lafrique, Okala Bilai, and all Cameroon top generals. Those are the people that will end up in jail. Propaganda will not work. Intimidation will not work. Ambazonia still has a strong, stable, consistent leadership that will deliver independence. Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba has prepared himself, the organization, and the forces for this. The Vice President of Ambazonia Governing Council is now filling in as the temporal leader. The Vice President of the Ambazonia Governing Council, the Deputy Commander-in-Chief of Ambazonian Forces, is in charge. The Ambazonia Governing Council is in charge. The Ambazonia Defense Forces are in charge. The generals, the commanders, and the forces are in charge. All Ambazonian forces, all generals on the ground are in charge. Nothing will disrupt and nothing will destroy the Ambazonia liberation struggle. We will beat Cameroun in any court out here. We will. Nsala Emmanuel, the criminal, the fake lawyer who Tapang Ivo defeated in the United States, the son of a minister of the Cameroon government that the Cameroon government is using for this intimidation. The Ambazonia Governing Council has assembled a team of the best lawyers, as the Vice President has stated. We are ready to take this matter to the highest level of the international system, to end Cameroon's existence legally in Ambazonia. So I call on all the forces to remain focused on the mission, on the objective. We call on the Ambazonian people to remain committed and resilient. This is your moment. We are closer to securing that destiny for you. Cameroon has no choice. Intimidation will not work. Bribery and corruption will not work. We will end their presence in Ambazonia. All right? Fellow Ambazonians, Cameroon, a primary goal for this liberation struggle since this generation rise up for 2016, and for make sure say while people not get a leader, institutions, organization where they feel trusted will give them independence. It don't always be in a Cameroon a mission for always any person will come up with the Ambazonian people. They start for belief for that person. They start for trust that person. Cameroon don't make that person their primary target for either eliminate you, send you in jail, or they send you into exile. And everyone you there for exile, they still chase you. Till today, the papa for our country, the father of our nation, Pagoji, is still there for exile. For 2016, when this generation rise up through the consortium, Justice Paul, Tassan Wilfred, Agbobala, when the population rally around the consortium and the call of the consortium, now wait till Cameroon do one. Catch the Supreme Court Justice, Justice Paul, catch Agbobala, chase Tassan Wilfred until he succeeds for escape. Take Bala and Justice Paul, send them for prison. Would they hope say, if they catch the leaders, then the population will give up for make the liberation leadership-less. The population not give up. Through Skakuf, Ambazonia rally themselves. They create a governing council where they transform up into the IG. Ayok Tabe emerged as the leader of the IG. It make a call for our people then for September 22, 2017. All Ambazonians across the territory, they stand up and answer that call for liberation. Ayok Tabe redeclared the restoration of independence for 2017, for 1st of October 2017. 2 months later, Cameroon, it go for Nigeria for kidnap Ayok Tabe and 10 other cabinet members of the IG for render the Ambazonian liberation leadership-less. A struggle without a leader. As they talk for the big book, the people who did not get a leader, they go perish. It not end for it. Cameroon, it can't put its own leader. They take some person with no man or no place where he come out. They just can't, Cameroon can't make it, say now I don't become the president of the IG. Sako. Cameroon used Sako for introduce corruption for the liberation struggle, for introduce embezzlement, for introduce the killings of fighters, the assassination of fighters, for introduce infighting for fighters, for introduce corruption of forces, for introduce the ambushing of fighters, for make all fighters on the ground for fight and for kill themselves. Now Cameroon introduce them for Sako for implementer. For make the diaspora, make the scatter, make our people they feel frustrated, make our people they not believe in the struggle, for give the struggle a very bad image. Cameroon, it take Ambazonian leaders, take Tassan, take Justice Paul, take Bala, lock them up. Take Ayok Tabe, take Tassan Wilfred, take Pam Fongalamfo, take Mancho BBC, take Tempen Terence, take C. Conrad, lock them up. Even cross, go for another country, carry their military plane, it go carry them cross international boundaries. The world never hold Cameroon accountable for these violations of international laws. Why? Because Cameroon want to render the Ambazonia liberation struggle leadershipless. For make you, the Ambazonian people, you know go fit trust, you know go fit believe. Sako can give the liberation struggle a very bad image, a very dirty image, for make the international community, make they see we as a people where they not be serious, and the people where they only fight now for their belly. As a people where they only be interested for fight among themselves, so that the international community, this just cause, this pure, simple case, you know go fit support them. They bring in Sakoyi and Chris Anu for give the Ambazonian liberation struggle a very dirty name, a very bad image, a very bad reputation. The Ambazonia Governing Council is step in for salvage the situation.
The electronics that have come from China is disappointing us this morning. So the teacher is going to use her teacher's voice to make sure that she brings the children out with what they prepared for today. And we're so confident that our children are going to do it. They should not be afraid. They should not feel that the microphone has disappointed them. But what we need is the information they have inside them.
A brief Amazonian history.
A brief Ambazonia history from 1995 to 2024. Dr. Chok Ayambalukas began this fight on the 14th of May, 1995 to 2024, when the Southern Cameroon Unit was created. By then, he was the Secretary General of the Southern Cameroon Unit. Socate, meaning Southern Cameroon Defense Force, was launched on the 13th November 1996. Where today we are 13th General of the 13th state of the Southern Cameroon. Where today we are honored to be with camp number 1. Today Dr. Chok is our leader.
There is Baka number 1.
The Southern Cameroon Unit was created. ADF, we pray that you should lead us our freedom, where we are going to benefit from good education.
Thank you.
Thank you for the history of
Amazonia. The electronics that have come from China is disappointing us this morning. So the teacher is going to use her teacher's voice to make sure that she brings the children out with what they prepared for today. And we're so confident that our children are going to do it. They should not be afraid. They should not feel that the microphone has disappointed them. But what we need is the information they have inside them.
A brief Ambazonia history from 1995 to 2024. Dr. Chok Ayambalukas began this fight on the 14th of
Welcome to ACN.
Hail this land of glory, with the Ambazonians, pledge your loyalty. Praise the Son of Savior, who granted us of freedom, allegiance to the heroes who bought the land with their blood. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here is our nation, flowing with milk and honey. Glory, glory, glory to the Father, for making you their nation and joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our needs. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our needs. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation.
Good evening, the good people of Ambazonia. Una good evening, wa papa wa mami dem. Una good evening, the Ambazonia picking them. With this liberation, this fight for create a better future, for create a better life, for create better conditions, so that una fit get a better future, una fit get a better life, una fit live happy lives. Na for una. The Cameroun colonial government, they get a master plan. The Cameroun colonial occupation terrorist government, they get a master plan where it the one put them in place for make sure say the Ambazonian Pekin, the Ambazonian people, they remain unoccupied, conquered, and the people do not get a voice, they don't get mop, they don't get eye, they don't even get head, and they don't even get life. The collective uprising of this generation and all the work with the previous generations, they be don't struggle, they try for see what they fit do, for give our people better lives, for give our people rights, for help our people them to be self-governed, and for them forget self-determination, for create the kind country we were people that deserve them, and we were people that want them. Every single effort with the Ambazonian people, they don't take them for use peaceful means for gain their freedom. They don't face threats, violence, death, scorched earth policy, massive incarceration. The Cameroun government, it get a master plan. And at the discussion that I want to get on with all we tonight. Yesterday I start for talk for now. And we start for translate for pidgin. We get a technical issue. And I see him. A Jordan like I just disappear for the screen. Just because you come up for a poor family, you know me say go remain poor. Just because you come out for a family when no person for that family, you never ever succeed for a way we could change that family, their lives. You know me say that family go ever remain so. Just because no person for your family never ever be a big man or an important person, where if you lift and transform that family, you know me say that family go ever remain so. Just because say mommy the fry puff puff for corner road, you know me say that mommy go always fry puff puff for corner road. Just because mommy they sell tomatoes, cut arrow for market, they sell jama, it make na cocoa, make farm and sell cocoa, you know me say that family, their lives go always remain so. Just because say when you not get an uncle and aunt, we never go some other country and then he help the other one, them you know me say that family go always remain so. Just because they born you for a land and a territory where it be occupied and you don't grow up without rights, without a voice, without dignity, just because they born we inside torture, they born we inside Cameroon occupation, just because they born we inside Cameroon colonialism, just because they born we and all we don't grow up with the violence of Cameroon, the torture of Cameroon, the persecution of Cameroon, the killings of Cameroon, the dehumanization of Cameroon, the consistent harassment of Cameroon, just because the born we for conditions of occupation and colonialism. You know me say we get for accept occupation and colonialism. You know me say we get for accept that way of life. Just because the born we for those conditions. You know me say that so our lives must end. You know me say we must accept those conditions. And you know me say we must live those for those conditions. It not be being our choice for be born for those conditions. I not be get a choice, say they born me for Kajifo. I not be get a choice, say they born me for Ambazonia. My parents did not be get a choice. Your parents did not be get a choice. Just because they're born with for those conditions, it not mean say those conditions they get for be now the destiny where we inherit them. They born with for those conditions. They born with for this generation. They born with for these times. Because life gives you a choice. Life will give you a natural choice. The conditions, now the opportunity will life give we for decide, for determine, and for create the kind of future we want. Cameroun in master plan. Now say you accept those conditions. Cameroun in master plan. Now say you accept for be an occupied person. Now say you accept for be without a voice. Now say you accept for be without rights. Cameroun in master plan for your life. Now say if he kill you at any time, rape your sister at any time, rape your mommy at any time, kill your papa at any time. Cameroun in master plan for your life. Now for you for remain poor. Now for you for remain hopeless. Now for you say you know if you dream of a better future. Cameroun in master plan for your life. Now say you know if you think, you know if you reason, you know if you ask questions, you know if you challenge things will be wrong. Cameroun in master plan for your life. Now say you be a corrupt human being. Cameroun in master plan for your life. Now say you're picking them. Your girl picking we don't pass, you finish high school. You get for go to sleep with big papa like Diongote for you for enter for university. For you for get hope. For you for get a job. Cameroun in master plan for your life. Now say you're picking to become prostitute to Cameroun military. Cameroun in master plan for your life. Now say your sister them. You're picking them. Your girl picking them. They become prostitute to Cameroun police. They become prostitute to Cameroun gendarmes. They become prostitute to Cameroun bees. They become prostitute to Cameroun colonial mayors, to Cameroun colonial councillor, to Cameroun colonial government delegates. Now say your picking, your mommy, your sister were picking them. They become prostitutes. Now Cameroun in master plan that. Cameroun in master plan for your boy picking them. For the Ambazonia man picking them. Now say if he kill them anyhow. If he take them anywhere, at any time, if he come for any village, any quarter, any community, at any given moment, and he conduct kale and carry all the man picking them, all the uncles them, all the auntie them, all the papa them, he carry them from una village, from a quarter, from una town, and he carry them go for any place. Whether not for put them for underground bunkers, whether not for shoot them and bury them for mass graves. The Cameroon in master plan that. Or not for take them, carry them go for Pobia a concentration camp for Kondengi, for New Bell, for Bafusam, for Marua, for Garua, for Bolowa, for the Bulu Republic, and keep you for that concentration camp so that the rest they go ever, never, and ever open their mouth for question Cameroon illegitimacy, terrorism, genocide, human rights abuses, and rape of the Ambazonian people. Now Cameroon in master plan that. For this liberation struggle, when the previous generation, they don't use all peaceful means for demand for rights, for demand for the restoration of the Ambazonian state, every single one of them, don't be bribed, don't be corrupted, or you don't be exiled, or you don't be executed, or you don't be jailed. If they bribe you, you not take the money, they'll kill you. If they not kill you, they exile you. If you take the money, they turn you into man way, they go turn your back, another man begin to sleep with you. If you be woman, another woman will sleep with you. They go turn you into what they say they call and say Vambi. You must practice them for be part of the system. The Cameroon master plan that for your sisters, for your mommy them, for your papa them, all members of the Cameroon CPDM Central Committee, both man picking them and woman picking them, all women that sleep with other women then, a part of the system, a part of the court, all members of the CPDM Central Committee, as I don't explain for una, as I don't educate una, as I don't tell una before, all members of the CPDM Central Committee, even if they get woman for house, they get picking, they get another house. When for day, they go sleep with each other. Now, kind of the value system that, now the viruses and that, now the cancer that, now the disease that, now the poison that, Cameroon, it want create from Ambazonia. The Cameroon master plan, now for recreate Ambazonia in the image of Cameroon. So that the people, they not feel rise up, they not feel be honest people, they not feel be people that way, they be morally upright. And for create a society of massive corruption, and for create a society of diseases, a very dirty society, a society where the people do not care about their communities, they don't care about their families, they don't care about the future of their children. If they see them today, they must chop and they broke pot. They don't care what will happen tomorrow. They don't care whether as they chop for that same place, the same place where a Cameroonese is the chop, now for that same place is the shit. Now for that same place is the peace. Go for the cities, for the city for Douala, go for Yaoundé. As they buy fish for road, now for that same place, they turn around, they remain for that same place, they stand for road, the peace. And you see the other one that is shit for that same place. Now the life that we Cameroon want create for you. So to what be this political master plan? Since this generation rise up, and our Papa Goji Dinka, the Ambazonian nationalist, the father of the Ambazonian state, our Papa Goji Dinka, when he be rise up and he forced Cameroon for go back for your own name of La République du Cameroun. When he win the court case for Bamenda High Court, and he win the court case for Nigeria, when he give you the name Ambazonia, he beget a dream, he beget a vision. Just like every other founding father, now forgive the Ambazonian people them, in name way the world enough it confuse you with Cameroon. Now for help we, for regain who will be as a people will be morally upright, a people will be straight people them, a people will want to do the best thing for their country, for their community, for their families, a people will want to build a society with progress today, communities with better today, peaceful communities, communities where they develop, communities where the people they get the right kind of education. It gives them the capacity for be creative, for be able to discover things, for be able to think solution to problems, for be able to care for one another. A society where each community and the next community, they get along, they intermarriage, they need to fight each other. If problem this chief for this community and that chief for this for the other community, they go call council meeting. The two villages, they will come together, they settle their differences, even if those differences have been a land dispute. If it pass them, they bring other neighboring villages, they come together, they resolve their problem. where people don't ever be a people where they fight each other. But people don't always be a loving, caring, supportive, nurturing people. Pa Goji get a vision for the Ambazonian people then. And for build the most beautiful country. For build the most safe and secure country. A country where people they get the best quality of life. And where people they get the best education system. A country where people they get the best government. An accountable government. A country where when election time reach, a true election. When they vote you for office, and the people they vote again, they not vote you, they vote as one person. You accept that election, and you leave and the other person take place. Election way, now real election, real democracy. With the money where they put on for build bridge for a community, they build that bridge for that community. Money where they put on for build better school, they build that better school as the school where they want build on. Money where they put on for fixed road, or for give the people the water, the people they go get that water. For the time where they talk say they will get that water. A government will be responsive for the needs of the people there. So Cameroon no one make you get this kind country. Cameroon no one make you get this kind life. Cameroon no one time say because you come up for Kembon, because you come up for Imojo, because you come up for Bisonaba, because you come up for Nchang, because you come up for Tenako, because you come up for Bacho. Cameroon no one make you succeed. Cameroon no one say because you come up for Barombi. Cameroon no one say because you come up for Kugwe. Make you succeed. They want make you remain a primitive human being. Even when the world moves so fast. And today now we're talking about AI. Cameroon want make you remain na cocoa farmer. It want make you remain a cassava farmer. It want make you picking the remain na picking the way. The only thing they know na for go farm and for can make gari and for can make apple. And the only thing that Cameroon want for you. When you come out your village or go town, you will spend plenty money. You want to come back for road. For small worker, we go take you 30 minutes. You must bribe 5 colonial, military, police, and gendarme control points. Cameroon don't want put chain for your neck. Want put chain for your foot. Politically, any attempt for Ambazonia for try for talk about independence, about human rights for the Ambazonian people, about self-determination for the Ambazonian people, the Cameroon government, it could take you out. For 2016, when the consortium being led by Paatasan, the Teachers Trade Union, when Agbobala, it will be one of the leaders of the consortium. And the Ambazonian people, they rally around that common leadership for represent the interests, the hopes, the wishes, and the aspirations of the Ambazonian people then. Now, what did the Cameroon government do? What did the Cameroon government do? The moment Tassa, Wilfred, and Agbobala, when the Ambazonian people, them all Ambazonian, they rally around them as their leaders. Now, what did Cameroon do? Cameroon quickly take Bala, it take Justice Aya Paul, a justice for their own Supreme Court. It take Bala, they form the consortium. It take Paatasa, the big man for the Teachers Trade Union. catch them, catch the justice, catch Bala, go lock them. Mancho one talk, he catch him, go lock him. Pen one talk, he catch him, go lock him. Conrad one talk, he catch him, go lock him. So at every stage, with the Ambazonia people, they don't mobilize themselves, organize themselves, and they get leadership. We don't show up for stand for Ambazonia. Cameroun, it master plan. And for what they call and say, decapitate, for cut the head of the people them, for make the people them leaderless. Because when the people they not get leader, we get the vision for the people there. We carry the hopes and the wishes of the people there. When a people they not get a leader, we get the vision and it carry the love of the people there for their heart, just like Christ. A people without a leader, they go be perish. Cameroun no one make Ambazonia. He ever get any person where he ever stand up for represent the hopes, the wishes, and the aspirations and the dreams of Ambazonians. Any man will rise up and he really stand just like God is stand, just like Tassan be stand, just like Justice Paul be stand. Any person where he dare for stand up for defend the rights of the Ambazonian people there, for defend the hopes of the Ambazonian people there. Any woman, any man we stand. Cameroun make sure say the first thing, if they not fit assassinate you, they not fit poison you, they not fit kill you, then they will want to try for bribe you. If bribery fail, they go use all means for threaten you, for make your life a miserable hell. If those things they fail, they must send you into exile. And everywhere you do for exile, they go create all kind agents for write all kind fake stories and label you as a terrorist for make your life uncomfortable because you stand for defend the rights of a people. They catch Balago Loka, catch Justice Paul Loka. Till today, the founding father of the Ambazonian nation, Pagoji still there for exile. A people where they not get a leader with a vision for their future, they will always be perish. That's why Ambazonia don't remain under Cameroon occupation since 1961. Because no one never ever stand up for challenge Cameroon. For challenge Cameroon, their illegality and their impunity for the Ambazonian on the Ambazonian people then. And so they want the way they dare for stand up. They go assassinate them, torture them, jail them, buy them out, or exile them. 2017, Ayokabe Julius, through the transformation of the consortium into the creation of SCACUF, and from the transformation of SCACUF into the governing council, and eventually the creation of the IG, the Ambazonian people, they answer the call of the consortium. They answer the call of SCACUF. And they rally around that leadership. Cameroon start to feel threatened by the unity of purpose, by the collective resistance of the Ambazonian people. Cameroon start for panic. Say they think say as they take Justice Ayapo go put it for jail, as they don't exile Goji, as they don't put Bala for jail, and then they eventually bribe corrupty and Tony into a Ambazonia. Enough it speak truth again. That means they don't castrate it. That means they don't move it Canas as a man. And if it be a woman, that means they don't move it Bobby as a woman. So now it could be a man woman. And if the woman, it could be a woman man. You not be woman and you not be man. If you be man, you not be man and you not be woman. Because Cameroon don't move the thing will make you a man and the thing will make you a woman from you. That's why Bala, after 8 months for Cameroon prison, is surrender. Make a deal. Sign. Say no go ever stand for independence for Ambazonia. That's why Fontaine sign. Make a deal. They no go ever stand for the independence or for the freedom of Ambazonia. And the thing that happen when Cameroon take you from a man and they make you a woman, and in the process of taking a man and making you a woman, which today they call and say transgender, in the process of that, you not be a man and you not be a woman. You not be a woman and you not be a man. Now the people in that, where Cameroon the creator forget 7 heads, and for the top for 7 tongues, and forget 7 positions. You not be man, you not be woman. You for truth, you don't know what to be truth. You go always talk. Now we'll water for your mop for the benefit of the occupier. You become an agent of the occupier. For sell your own people then. For surrender your people then. Because you want position. Because you want to make Cameroon make you fame. They give you fame. They give you money. They give you prestige. And integrate you into the class of the beneficiaries of the occupation. Now you be a person where you make a living now on the suffering, the death of your own people there. When they transformed the Skakuf into the governing council and eventually the creation of the IG, the Ambazonian people rallied around a common leadership. They rallied about the rally and stand with a call way Sesekwa Yoktabe Julius, where he emerged through Skakuf into the governing council and eventually the creation of the IG. He emerged as the president of the IG group. The Ambazonian people answered the call we make for September 22, 2017, and millions of our people, they took to the streets, to our communities, for proclaim their readiness for freedom and for their collective defiance and resistance. Say they reject Cameroon colonialism and occupation. That September 22nd, 2017, the Cameroon occupation terrorist government, it deployed helicopter gunships and tanks and thousands of troops, including the one that we borrow from Chad and Equatorial Guinea and Central Africa, deployed for the Ambazonian territory and killed, according to the data, the Cameroon colonial government for September 22nd, 2017, for that evening alone, the Cameroon government, they killed 481 Ambazonians. We slaughtered them. The mass graves, they still there for Boya and all around Boya and Munya area. Same thing happened for the Savannah states. 3 months later, now what happened to Ayoktabe after he emerged, after the Ambazonian people rally around that leadership? Now what happened to the leaders of the IG group? The Cameroon colonial government, they go right for Nigeria. They go kidnap lawyers, professors, doctors, Ambazonian professionals, the leaders of the IG group, including the president of the IG group. The Cameroon colonial government is sent in military intelligence. They enter right for Nigeria. They go kidnap Ambazonian leaders. From render Ambazonian people them leaderless. A people without a leader. So that the people will perish. So that the people will remain confused. So that Cameroon will start for control the narratives. From December 2017, now we're there for October 2024. 7 years later, Ayoktabe Julius, Tassan Wilfred, Pam Fongalanfo, and the other Ambazonian leaders who they kidnapped them from Nigeria, 7 years later, they still there for jail because Cameroon want make Ambazonia be leaderless. They no go fit get a leadership where Ambazonians if you trust them. That's the master plan. So that the people they will remain confused and they will surrender themselves back into the occupier. You know, end for day. When Cameroon, they take Ayok, kidnap Tassan and Panfo. Cameroon be thinking say it don't cut the head of Ambazonian leadership, and therefore the struggle will fail. The resistance, the collective spirit of the people them, Cameroon will weaken our spirit and it will put fear for our heart. We go surrender. Cameroon make the biggest mistake. Ambazonia an ideology, na psychology, na thinking system, na vision, na promise, na destiny. Guns, they not quench the thirst of freedom, the quest of freedom. Tanks, they not stop the desire. They not stop the police, the gendarmes, the armor cars. They not stop the Ambazonian people them. They are wanting of freedom. Their desire for be free. The intensity of their readiness for battle la Republic. You take Agbobala, take Justice Ayapor, take Mancho, take C. Conrad, take Penterence, catch 7,000 Ambazonians, go put them for jail. You know, weaken the Ambazonian people, their spirit. You take Sisiko Ayoktabe, you take Tassan Wilfred, you take Panfo, and all leaders of the IG, you go put them for jail. You not stop the resistance. It instead intensify the resistance and it multiply our efforts. Cameroon immediately inject their own people them inside the struggle. They take their own leaders so that Cameroon now go create their own leaders. We want them for you. Cameroon bring in Samuel Sako, Ian Chris Ano. From nowhere, they can make them leaders of the IG. For introduce corruption and embezzlement for take the disease we don't destroy Cameroun, implant them into the Ambazonian struggle, so that Cameroun will take the Ambazonian struggle and it make them into the image of Cameroun. They use Sako for introduce corruption and embezzlement for the struggle. They use Sako for implode the struggle, for kill fighters, for make Ambazonian fighters, where they be united, for make them they take their guns, they turn them against each other, for make generals, make the staff for lay ambush for one general to another and begin to kill themselves. For make fighters, they come up for one location, they go for another location, for go dismantle, for go disarm other generals. And they eventually, Samuel Sarkozy and Chris Ano, the disease where Cameroon, it catch Ambazonian leader them. It create a political vacuum. It create a leadership vacuum. And it take its own leaders and put them.
Welcome to ACN.
Now then that, they did do all means for make sure it's not broadcast. As you know, because of work, I travel a lot, and so we do everything humanly possible for maintain the spirit of victory, and they try to do every means, everything humanly possible, because we the talk, it depends them. Because the truth we will stand upon for free our people from this chain of slavery and colonialism and occupation and genocide. It worry them. We could continue. They take your leaders. Every step I give you this education, Because you must understand the master plan of the occupier for you and for the liberation. If you don't understand the master plan, then you know if you understand why Cameroon they do the things and way they do them. I know if it predict their next move, you will be carried away by propaganda and by intoxication. Will be very deliberate on you. They get a master plan to destroy you, destroy your future, and for destroy your liberation struggle. For take back your country and for make you a captive people there. They take your leaders of the IG group, and then Cameroon, he insert his own leaders. We don't incarnate them and crown them as Ambazonian leaders. For bring Cameroon, may can control the struggle. For introduce the diseases when then they destroy Cameroon. So that Ambazonia go be destroyed before Ambazonia won't even exist. So that Ambazonia will get abortion, liberation abortion. Ambazonia will get independence abortion. Ambazonia will get an abortion, a destiny abortion. So that Ambazonia experience a miscarriage for their independence, for their freedom. So Cameroon engineer these things. That's why they go after Justice Paul. Because they understand the truth we stand on. That's why they went after Tassan, because they understand the truth we Tassan stand on. Justice Paul was be incorruptible. You know if he bribe you with money, because he stand for the truth about who will be as a people. Tassan stand for the truth about who will be as a people. So they don't like him. Because the truth will set the people free. Because the truth will set the people free. Because when you get leaders, will it be driven by conviction and truth and a love for the people there? That conviction, that love of their people them, that truth, it will set the people free. So Cameroon, you got to take your leaders, will they stand on these principles, will they stand, will God just stand, forgive we a state, a destiny, the future where God promised we. That's why they go after those leaders. That's why they go right for Nigeria. And that's why they catch for make the people they made feel confused. For make the people they made feel fearful. For make the people made feel doubtful. For make the people made talk so okay. If Cameroon fee go after the leaders, then who will be as a common person? Then they will come after me. So that you give up. So that when they cut the head, the body die. Now a counter liberation strategy. Where they go after the head. If we take the leader out, the organization will fall. So after they create this political vacuum and they create this temporal chaos within the IG group, Cameroon create a reincarnation of Cameroon. And they bring Sako in. Samuel Sako, now a reincarnation of Paul Biya, a reincarnation of Cameroon. Now a clone of Cameroon. That's why they take Ayo, put him for jail, for fill in that gap with a person where he must fulfill the promise and the agenda of La République du Cameroun for destroy the liberation struggle. That's why the first thing they do now for introduce corruption and embezzlement, so that the Ambazonian people go lost faith, so that the Ambazonian people no go believe, so that you go start for talk say, if they don't already start for embezzle and for practice this kind level of chronic corruption, we will never even finish the liberation struggle, we never even finish the war, we never even get into negotiations, we never even get recognition. Then imagine if these kind of people them that they succeed for take power, that they succeed for govern we. So they introduce bribery, they introduce corruption, they introduce the killings of generals, they introduce the killings of commanders, they introduce the disarming of camps. Then they start to make false promises to soldiers. They not recruit, they not train soldiers. They start to go after soldiers. Then. The one we refuse that corruption we Cameroun don't introduce them. They will come after you. The one where he refuse falsehood, they will come after you. The one where he refuse to answer yes sir, they will come after you. They destroy the ground because the unity of the ground, it will lead to victory. Cameroon goal now for make sure say the ground it be chaotic, it be argumentative, it be fearful. Soldier no fit come up from one location for go for another location because now the conditions are the one create them. For create, make the ground it be full. Make the soldier them on the ground, they start to fear each other. May they not trust each other. May they not collaborate. May they not work with each other. In that way, they could be vulnerable to Cameroon military. When you there for block A, the soldier for block B not trust you and he go see you as an enemy. So now when you there under attack, enough he can't defend you because in the course of coming for help you, if they go kill you or Cameroon go kill you. So they divide all forces then and make them become weak. Cameroon enter inside. Sarkozy and Chris Ano, through their county by county strategy, the Ambazonian fighters, according to the statistics, almost 634 Ambazonian fighters, they die like that. They just die like that because of false promises. The ground scatter. They go after groups. They start to go after leaders. They start to ban groups, ban leaders. Just like Cameroon, they ban Ambazonia and send them into exile. They start to ban groups and ban leaders. Cameroon launched a campaign for go after every person where it not align with these thieves, with this embezzlement, with this corruption. All the money where they raise them in the name of Ambazonia, they go squander them just like Cameroon, they squander the money will be meant for the development of Cameroon. So that the forces they know will get the weapons. Refugees they know will get job. While people that be displaced, they know get the kind of support where they need them. The Ambazonia Governing Council, all these agents will La Republique create them for make sure say Ambazonia no get leadership where Ambazonia fit trust them. That's the goal. The master plan Ambazonia no fit get a leadership. Cameroon goal. Cameroon master plan for make sure say Ambazonia no ever get a leadership who will be straight, will be honest with the people then. And if he stand and defend and stand up for the people then, may get a crooked people then. People they only care about themselves. They don't care whether the struggle fail or whether soldiers they fit survive. The Ambazonia Governing Council, Cameroon recruit all sorts of agents and rally them around Sarkozy and Chris Ano. All these agents not been for stand for fight for La Republique, been for stand for fight the only movement with the Ambazonia Governing Council, Dr. Lucas Ayaba, the Ambazonia Defense Forces. The Blue and White Army get more than 50-something people then. From Sikot to Jeka from Eric Tato, all Cameroon rally all them with the distribution of money for make sure say Ambazonian liberation struggle becomes very chaotic and very confusing, so that the people then for diaspora they go wash their hand for the struggle. Ground Zero go wash their hand for the struggle. During those period, the Ambazonia Governing Council, the Ambazonia Defense Forces, they be persistent. They work very hard for reunite the forces on the ground. They work very hard for rebuild the confidence of the territory, for repair the relationship between the population and the forces. All the stuff will come back for a liberation struggle. Our people, they start for trust again. We start for deliver better October 1. Generals, they get the space for be able to fight Cameroon. General No Pity show up and he teach Cameroon a lesson. General Efang show up and they teach Cameroon a lesson. We rebuild the ground. We rebuild the forces. We build the first professionally trained military, the Akamatsu. We change the ground, stabilize the ground. We rebuild the egg of sea and rebuild Ambazonia image for the diaspora and for the international community. We create back and win back the trust of all forces and the people them, reunite our people them, and put all our energies for fight La Republic. In the last 4 years, we don't give our people them the kind reputation will be required. We don't give our people them the kind trust will be required. We don't gain trust and respect of the international community, build partners, and eventually push Cameroon until Cameroon commit to an internationally supervised negotiation, the first of its kind in 62 years between Ambazonia and Cameroon for the Canada talks. That's leadership. Now, which we don't be able to deliver them for our people then. Because of we stand and be filled with the love and pain of our people then. We stand for serve. The purest Ambazonian nationalist, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, through a consistency and persistence, build the finest organization, the finest nationalist organization for deliver independence to the Ambazonian people then. Cameroon start for shake because all the paid agents, their schemes did not be to work again. All the money where they don't use them for bribe people them and settle people them, settle their lives, settle them for their businesses. Those people, they don't run out of energy. Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, the leadership we don't provide them for the Ambazonian people them. The quality of that leadership, how it don't help for stabilize the ground and give the Ambazonian people until they never get them. It provide leadership inspiration, provide consistent hope, consistent clarity, inspire all forces on the ground for work together. With the chairman of the World Council, Dr. Benedict Kwa, today we get a different ground zero. We get a different ground zero. The Ambazonia Governing Council, over the last 1 month, the 2 weeks lockdown, with the Ambazonia Governing Council column, in consultation with all the forces on the ground and the Ambazonia Transition Authority, the success of that lockdown is frightening Cameroon. We never ever see a lockdown with forces for all the 13 states including forces who would think say they don't disappear and don't die all. Forces from Dian for the state with Dion go to commode. 10 cowboy forces them. They picking them. They woke up, they stand. They send out a strong statement of a collective voice. The mountain lions.
Yes, fellow Ambazonians, Southern Cameroonians, today at the 9th of September 2024. Now,
The mountain lions, under the great General Sagar, they come out, they show collective resistance for implement the lockdown. The marine forces for Babala, the forces for Boyo, across the 13 states, all the forces, they implement the lockdown while population honor the lockdown, including places where the occupier don't populate them, like Victoria and Boya. The lockdown will be 100% successful. La République du Cameroun finally woke up for sleep. Say, what? Huh? Nationalists, they don't nationalize. They don't radicalize. They don't capture the seat of the Ambazonia for them. La République realized and said, through Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, that independence don't be actualized. Through the Ambazonia Governing Council, with the unity on the ground, the population and the forces, Cameroon, a time from the end from Ambazonia don't come. That's why the success of the lockdown, where it sent the most powerful signal to Cameroon, say presence from Ambazonia don't come to an end. Even when Cameroon be deployed, an additional 5 to 10,000 extra police, gendarme, army, and bees, with more than 100 extra armor cars or APC, they not be fit for stop the lockdown. Lily Lafrine not be nowhere to be found. Okala be nowhere to be found. Diongute be nowhere to be found. Pobia be nowhere to be found. Regina Mundi be nowhere to be found. Tabetando be nowhere to be found. The colonial SDO be nowhere to be found. The colonial DOs be nowhere to be found. The colonial mayors be nowhere to be found. The bees be nowhere to be found. The army be nowhere to be found. The police be nowhere to be found. The gendarmes be nowhere to be found. Ambazonia take over. They lead a people without a people with a leader and truth. They will always be delivered. Finally, a leadership with the people they trust them, they count on, they believe in, they commit to. They deliver the biggest blow to La République. That's why La République get for engineer a new plan for frighten, for bully, for intimidate, and for disrupt. Just like the plan for take Justice Aya Paul, put it for jail. Take Tassan, put it for jail. Just like the plan for go for Nigeria, go catch Siseko Ayoktabe, catch Patasan, catch Panfo, and all the leaders of the IG. For that, for 2017. That's why the success of the lockdown, the success of that 2-week lockdown, we demonstrate say Cameroon presence of Ambazonia don't end. Now it make them come after Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba. Because now it don't emerge. Now he now be the leader of the liberation struggle. Now he now ground zero to listen to. Now he now the commander-in-chief of Ambazonian forces. With the forces they trusty. And he speak for them, fight for them, defend for them, advocate for them. Once Cameroon realize them, Cameroon get for make sure say, if as they be tried 7 times for assassinate, they fail. Even one used Capo Daniel during the negotiation process for send Capo Daniel for Norway, so that if he go for Norway, he go meet up with the leader, and therefore na Capo Daniel go poison Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba, and therefore kill Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba because of 250 million CFA. That plan can fail. The 2 weeks lockdown is shaking La République to the core. Because we prove them, so we don't defeat them. The message was loud and clear. So they go for engineer all these fake lawsuits and put complaint all over, so that the systems, they go for respond to those complaints until they would can't realize and say, just an engineered scheme where they use fake lawyers, bribery and corruption as tools of intimidation and tools of distraction and tools of disruption, as tools for frightening all man. Say, if we go after the one when I be the toughest, I be the most stubborn one, I be the purest. If we go after you, then what about the other one then? So that all man now it go shake. So that La République now it go make the liberation struggle leadershipless. When I remember, a people without a leader they will perish. That's why La République no one make you get a leader like Choayaba. That's why La République no one make. That's why from 2016, their overall goal now how we assassinate the character, blackmail in every shape, every way, every means, and every shape possible. Because they want me make your liberation struggle it be leadershipless, so that you go give up. You must understand. Paul Biya, we don't burn 2,000 villages, kill more than 20,000 Ambazonians. The big general then, where they don't burn villages, rape, kill, maimed, with all the evidence that they out there. No man ever talk for them, talk say they don't commit crimes against humanity. That the freedom fighter, that the human rights defender. Una must understand the game. That's why they go after ADF leaders. That's why they go after AGOFC leaders. Because they know say through the Ambazonia Governing Council, we could deliver the independence. I want to tell all Ambazonians, we don't study all these things. We don't study Cameroon, their DNA, their thinking system. We don't study Cameroon, their psychology. Cameroon will ever succeed.
United Nations has called for an independent investigation into the violence and has said perpetrators of the killings should be held accountable. Meantime, opposition parties and rights groups in Cameroon have condemned the killings, which they have attributed to the Cameroon army. The Ministry of Defense denies the army is to blame. It, however, claims that only 5 civilians were killed in an unfortunate accident which was sparked by an explosion.
So you must understand, Cameroon goal now for make sure say the liberation not get a trustworthy, credible leader with the international community will respect it. Wait till Cameroon they try for doing, just like they did when they take Ayok Tabe and Tassang and Panfo. When they take them, the Cameroon recreate a virus and choke them inside the Ambazonian struggle. Cameroon, it want make Chris Ano, it be the person when naive will be the person will be the Ambazonian leader. Cameroon want make na Sako be your Ambazonian leader. Cameroon want make na the thief and the corrupt agents, the compromised agents, the one who they don't sell generals, the one who they sponsor the death and engineer the death of the senator Kemende Capo Daniel. They want make na them. They be the people where they go stand for talk say they be a leader. Now Cameroon is master planner for you. The one the way they don't get credibility. The one the way they don't go take money. The one the way Cameroon don't move them from point A and resettle them for point B. Now the people in the Cameroon want me to speak for you. The one they even their own names they not fit pronounce them. The one the way they not get they not even get one small even cultural credibility. The one the way they go use them just like the world use Cameroon. Now the people there the way Cameroon want make they be a leader. That's why they go after the nationalists. That's why they go after the one who they stand on the truth and they stand for unite what people them. They go now after the one who they want unite what people them. They go now after the one who they want unite the forces. They go now after the one the way they stand for deliver the independence for the Ambazonian people them. Because the one live now nyam focus. The one live now the one the way they only can for can kosh. The one remain that the one the way they only can for can lie and for can fool guna. The one the way they don't tell una say make una surrender to DDR. After they don't go take 250 million from Cameroon because I deny my own. That's why they still talk the truth. And the Ongute know. They send the first 50 million. I deny me. They send another person with the second offer for 100 million. I talk to an office sell Kajifu people then. An office sell Manfe people then. An office sell Ambazonia people then. Because I want probably a dirty money. Then they can offer $250,000, 250 million. I deny. And I go report the matter for the Canada their own FBI, where they call and say the RCMP. I go report the matter. Say Cameroon, they try to bribe me as a political and a human rights activist. So they make a shut up, so that they continue the genocide for Ambazonia. I report them. I think Cameroon want them for you. I get bad news for Cameroon. The Ambazonia Governing Council got a 10-year liberation plan. The AGOVC create a 10-year liberation plan. A 10-year leadership plan. Inside the AGOVC, you get 10 levels of leader them we don't already groom up. Because we don't already know where they come. We don't anticipate all these things. If you take Dr. Ayaba or you kill Dr. Ayaba, the next one will come and it will be more stronger, more powerful, more groomed, more sophisticated than Dr. Ayaba. It could be more nationalistic than Dr. Ayaba. The same thing for the ADF. The ADF get 10 levels of leadership. 10 levels. We must deliver independence and freedom to the Ambazonian people. So, fellow Ambazonians, you must understand the game of the occupier. Not live and may they deceive you. Not live and may they intimidate you. The Ambazonia Governing Council, as the chief of staff of the leader, don't talk. We sent out a message the other day. We will handle La Republic. We'll take care of La Republic. Not just another battle this. And we'll take them to the next level of the international system. We Cameroon must leave Ambazonia. We'll teach them a lesson for the Canada talks. We then serve the sign for that document and recognize we as a people of former British territory as a people from the former British Southern, as a people from the territory of former British Southern Cameroun. I correct myself. For the document Cameroon sign now, will not be people of the northwest region of Cameroon. Will be people of the territory of former British Southern Cameroons. That document, every time, anywhere, for any court, an international document during an international negotiation. And the first step that we will be one time and will secure them. Cameroon in end don't come. Cameroon not get no argument for making for the international community as to claim for Ambazonia. So what people them? Shake in a day. Make no man no shake. Wait till we don't build them. It could deliver the independence of the Ambazonian people then. Cameroon get a choice for enter into genuine negotiations. According to the plan, we don't create them for bring all we for go shidon with Cameroon as one and people them. Just like we do during Canada talks. Cameroon get a choice for engage for meaningful, genuine negotiations. But the first step, I say, must be public. The next round of negotiations, there will be no backdoor negotiations. Public statement, Cameroon must commit publicly. Canada talks will be at 3 months of underground negotiations. And at the end, Hobian also defeat the wrong. The end don't come for Cameroon. They not get a president. They don't know what will happen for Cameroon. When I get ready. The forces will be ready. When I get ready. Because Cameroon is going down. And as the vice president don't talk, we don't put in place the process, the systems, and what will be need done for the takeover plan. We'll talk for more tomorrow. Now get a good night. Shake in our day.
Hail this land of glory, with the Ambazonians, pledge our loyalty. Praise the Son of Savior, who granted us of freedom, allegiance to the heroes, who bore the land with their blood. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here is our nation, flowing with milk and honey. Glory, glory, glory to the Father, for making you their nation and joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our needs. And your children shall be like the stars above, because by God being the watchmen of His nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our needs. And your children shall be like the stars above, the Most High God being the watchman of His nation.
The electronics that have come from China is disappointing us this morning. So the teacher is going to use her teacher's voice to make sure that she brings the children out with what they prepared for today. And we're so confident that our children are going to do it. They should not be afraid. They should not feel that the microphone has disappointed them. But what we need is the information they have inside them.
A brief Amazonian history.
A brief Ambazonia history from 1995 to 2024. Dr. Job Ayambaluka began this fight on the 14th of May, 1995 to 2024, when the Southern Cameroon Unit was created. By then, he was the Secretary General of the Southern Cameroon Unit. SOCATEF, meaning Southern Cameroon Defense Force, was launched on the 13th November 1996. Where today we are 13 General of the 13th state of the Southern Cameroon. Where today we are honored to be with card number 1. Today, Dr. Chok is our leader.
There is back number 1.
The Southern Cameroon Unit was created. ADF, we pray that you should lead us our freedom, where we are going to benefit from good education.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Wonderful.
you.
You have
Thank you for the
education
history of
too.
Ambazonia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's great.
Welcome to ACN.
Ambazonia, a day of freedom has come for me and for you, for Ambazonia. And we will fight for the right to be free, and we will
You can see that.
One Ambazonia. I'm a airport somewhere reporting from Babanki Tungo. Watch and see what is happening in the palace. You see the population, we have about 10,000 people here holding the flag. This is our flag. It shall remain here until the day that we have our independence. The day is not far from now. We know 1st October will be the same thing.
Welcome to ACN.